Obviously, those guys have never watched ESPN or the National Football League or even Australian rules or rugby. Did you see those two guys out there goofing around? Look like two pennyweights playing Smear the Queer or something. I can't believe it. Let me tell you something. If they want to do that, it won't be any problem Monday night, brother. We'll go out there. Anything. Can you believe those two guys?
Yeah. Now the idea, though, is that one of you is going to be end up on the end of a handcuff.
One of us is handcuffed, right? Okay. The other guy goes for the ball. If the ball goes out in the crowd, they can throw it back to whoever they want.
Whoever they want to. They don't have to give it back to the referee.
Okay. I like that. That's better.
So if you got some friends out there, Steve, we want to be sure they throw it back to you guys.
Okay. Lance, there's one thing though. Before we get started here and any more about the sheep herders, I'd like to clear one thing up. It's one thing to come out and say something, and it's another thing to do it. I'm not saying anything wrong's been said, but, a lot of people watch television and they believe everything they hear right off the bat, no matter who's saying it. And, this is kind of a touchy situation. I realize this. I hope the fans will understand where I'm coming from. But, in the field of professional wrestling, when you're the champions, we're not wearing the belts out here. We're not braggadocious. We're not showing off or anything. The idea is we are the champions. It's understood. But I'll tell you something, thank you. I'll tell you something, when you get out here and somebody else comes out and says they can beat you, or, gives that kind of impression, it's kind of hard to accept that, like, we have wrestled a lot of teams. We have been beat before, but we've beaten a lot of teams too. But, earlier Bill came out here, and it's one thing for him and Jerry Lawler to say they can beat the Road Warriors, they can beat the Rock and Roll, and they can beat the Fabulous Ones. But there's another thing about doing it. And, I just want everybody to understand that they've never wrestled us. There's no problem. They've never wrestled us. And to say they can beat us is just saying it, and right now that's where we're at. Is that understood?
Yeah, I understand.
And if they want to wrestle us, we'll be glad to wrestle them.
We're happy to. I mean, that's what it is about being the champion. If you're going to be the champion.
You're going to be the Billy's a little hyper today, I think.
I'm making no idle statement. I was around here a long time. Just because Jackie Fargo woke up one morning still wanted to be in the wrestling business, picks you and picks you, makes your team, and you're a good team. I'm not taking nothing off you. You're a real good team, brother, but so is me and Lawler, Steve. Okay? And I just think if you had signed the match, we can beat you.
Hey, we didn't say nothing, Bill. All we said is you haven't beaten us yet. It's just as simple as that.
We can soon fix that up, Daddy. Just climb right in that little... Lawler, get out here!
He's full of it.
Let's do a match,
I think all he was for breakfast this morning, huh? I think all he was trying to say, Billy, was the fact that you guys have not beaten them yet.
Hey, Banana Big, just shut up. Blow that bugle and shut up, Daddy. I'm doing the talking here. Lawler, will you get out of here? They're challenging us to a match, and you ain't going for it, boy.
Hey, wait a minute, Lance. We did not challenge anybody to a match. All we did is come out here and defend the point that we have not been beat by this man or Jerry the King Lawler. That's all we're saying.
Well, you're going to be, you just haul his can out here. Lawler, I need you, boy. They're challenging me to a match. Will you get out of here?
I think the whole point has been misconstrued here. They're just simply saying that we're about to have a match here, and that ain't even what we were talking about. We were talking about something entirely different than that.
The challenge is to a match, my boy. Come on, let's get up there.
I think there's some misunderstanding about this whole thing.
No, I saw that. Yeah, I do realize that. Look, Bill, I don't know what to say except calm down a little bit. These guys, they haven't challenged anybody to a match. Look, I mean, I got to agree with Stan. I don't know what you had for breakfast this morning, but I got out on the wrong side of the bed, but just calm down. Look.
Calm down, nothing. I just believe, no, I don't believe. I know we're the best. Crawl up in the ring. Let's go. Come on.
Hey, come on, Bill. We got a whole program here for crying out loud.
I told you once.
There's a million people out there saying I'm bragging, Jack. I ain't bragging. I'm the best there is, and we can whoop their two crowds. Just because Jackie Fargo said the great, that don't mean nothing, man. Anybody can buy a hat, fancy jacket, play music. We'll play the music now. Get up in the ring.
Bill, hey, if you want
no problem. I just want to clear something up, Daddy.
Well, let's get
I want to know
here, and then we'll sign some contracts.
If you just chicken, just say so. We want.
Oh, come on now! Don't get into that
look,
stuff.
Bill,
you
look,
guys.
I'm not chicken of anybody. These guys have made a legitimate point. You come out here and you're telling everybody we've beaten the Road Warriors, we've beaten the Fabulous Ones. We've never wrestled the Fabulous Ones.
But if
so
we
why
did, we could beat them.
Well, yeah, but I told you once before, I'm not afraid of the guys. They're great wrestlers. But I don't like matches like that. I told you I don't like wrestling against you. I certainly wouldn't like wrestling against these guys because I don't like to be in a match where the people have a hard time deciding who they're going to be for. Now, look, as far as I'm concerned, these guys, Steve and Stan, They have the Southern Tag Team titles. They're the Southern Tag Team champions. So let's face it, they're the best tag team. I got the Southern Heavyweight Championship. That symbolizes I'm supposed to be the best single wrestler. They're the best tag team. Let's leave it at that.
Oh, now you all got belts. Where does that leave me, Daddy? I ain't got nothing. So what you're telling me is you're a champion. We're champions. You ain't nothing, little boy. You ain't getting... Well, come over here, Daddy, and I'll whoop the whole lot of you, Jack. How are you going to get me a belt?
Billy, that's not exactly the point about it. You're misconstruing everything again. What they're just trying to simply say is there's a way to handle things and there's a way not to handle it. You want to jump in
the ring and do it.
Well, there will be a time for
There's plenty of jerks around like Stomper and Pritchard and Rose and Bulba and Bota. We don't have to wrestle guys like the Fabulous Ones to prove anything.
If you're scared, just say I'm scared. I don't want to wrestle. No, that's be fine. I'll quite understand.
Billy, in saying that, you guys have got a match coming up today against Pritchard and Rose.
Yeah, we whoop them too, but I want to whoop them too just to prove a point.
Billy, okay, no. Listen. Will you guys please let us get on with it? The Fabs have got a match coming up. We'll see you out in your match.
What is wrong anyway, Bill? What's the problem? We don't have anything to wrestle. I mean, we don't have any reason to wrestle these guys or anything. It's no reason to do that.
If you're just scared, just say you're scared.
I'm not scared. Let me just say this. I don't want to wrestle them, and as far as I'm concerned, I don't want to be your partner anymore.
The hell will you?
Boy, I'm telling you.
I'll tell you something, Lance. I don't know what Bill Dundee's problem is. Maybe it's a short man's complex or maybe it's something else. But we're not scared of the guy, and if he's come back here to make some big, respected name for himself, he's got more than an opportunity. All he's got to do is get a new partner now, because I'm sure Jerry Lawler will have nothing to do.
I am certain that is a fact right now, and we're sorry about it all happening again. Okay, if we can get the Fabs in there, Dave, let's get a legitimate match going in the ring here, and Dundee going absolutely bananas today out here. Okay, the Fabs are up there. We're ready for the competition. Lawler and Dundee, but I don't think there's any secret. There won't be any match. Yes, Guy?
He's refused to wrestle as a partner with Dundee, so we're moving the matchup. It'll be Jarrett and Tojo against the Shadow and the Invader.
Okay, that takes care of that. Scheduled a little bit later on the program. Jerry Jarrett and Tojo Yamamoto, and going against Bill. Now, we don't need any more trouble.
Refuse me. I refuse that coward. Lawler's scared of the Fabs. He's scared of me. He'd even be scared of them two. You two get out of the ring. I'll come there and whoop the both of you. Jerry Lawler.
Come on, Billy. Now, you just come out here looking for trouble.
On the other end, see this little key here?
I see
That's the key to a custom-made car sitting out there, $25,000 sports car. Jerry Lawler, if you'll just bring that shiny little bell out, climb up in that ring, brother, and you can beat me, I'll give you that. Dave Brand, you hold on to that. Give him to Lawler if he wins. You two get out of the ring, because I'm sitting the wrestling.
Boy, absolutely out of control this morning. Billy is sitting here saying he'll put up the keys to a $25,000 sports car out there if Jerry Lawler can come out here and beat him.
All them rednecks out there think you're a king, because that's exactly what you are. King of the rednecks, Daddy. Well, I ain't no redneck, and you ain't no king. See what it says on the back, Jack? Superstar, that's it. I done told you, Jack.
I am not at all opposed to seeing Lawler and Dundee go for the Southern Heavyweight title. But,
who said? You
where the action should be involved with, Jerry. Now, just how about stopping right here?
How about stopping right here? You're real tough when you can sucker punch somebody, aren't you, Dundee?
Come on, Jack, I'll do it again.
What is he talking about? What are you saying there?
That custom car out there, Jack, cost 25 grand. The people out there couldn't afford the paint job. Neither could you, Lawler. You drive around in some van that some redneck down here gave to you. You want to drive a real car? Beat me. Put the belt on the line. And you got it, Daddy. You drive some Chevrolet van that some goofy Chevy company gave you so you could advertise it on the Jerry Lawler show. Hello, folks. I'm Jerry Lawler. I drive a little Chevy car. No, Daddy, drive a real car. Get up in the ring. And you get out of the ring.
He is out of control today.
Yeah, he's totally out of control. Let me tell you something, Dundee. First of all, that's how much you know it's a Dodge. It's not a Chevrolet. And
Same thing.
Tell you something else. I've seen your car.
Ah, yeah, you like to drive it too, wouldn't
And
you?
it ain't worth $25,000. It ain't worth 25 cents if you ask me.
Oh, it ain't, huh?
That's a Chevrolet is exactly what it is. Now, let me tell you something.
Yeah, but it's a custom one started off, Jack.
I got all the cars and all the vans that I need, and your car don't mean 25 cents to me. You see this title right here? Just like I told you a while ago, the Fabulous Ones are the Southern Tag Team Champions. That means they're the best tag team, and this right here means I'm the best single wrestler around these parts, brother.
You know,
and I know how bad you'd like to get your hands on this belt, but you're not getting it today, Dundee.
You know the only reason because we wouldn't wrestle him. And the only reason you're the champion, because you won't wrestle me, and you don't want my car, Lawler.
He don't want your car. You get that idea?
I'll give you a little deal. See this beautiful black hair, Jack? You did it once before, but you can't do it again. I'll put this right here, in this chair, in that ring, if you can whoop me today on television. Come on, Daddy, you can't back down now. You used the car for an excuse because you're a coward. What about it, Lawler? You can't do it, boy.
Oh, man. Here's a guy who walked around bald following one of those big outrageous comments.
Let me tell you something, fat girl. Sit down over there. I don't want you on my side. I don't want none of you rednecks on. Jared, get out of this ring before I kill you.
Let me ask you, wait a minute, Dundee. Let me get one thing straight. You're telling me, now, Eddie Marlin's not here today, is that right? No. But there's somebody here that can enforce this.
Banana nose can.
You're telling me that if we have a title match right now, and I beat you, you're going to sit in that chair in the middle of that ring right now on television and shave your head?
Right now, where 10 million people can watch, Daddy, right now.
You mean if he beats you, you're not going to get up and run out of here? You make that gum sure that he's not going to run out of here if you get that kind of a match.
Tell you what I'm going to do, Lance. Hey, Dundee. I'll tell you something, Dundee. I'm going to accept your challenge, and I'm fixing to make you look just as stupid as you sound out here. Do you understand that?
Now, the deal is, and everybody's got to understand it, Dundee has agreed that should he lose this match, he will have his hair cut right in the middle of the ring, Jerry. Now, that's it.
We're not talking cut. We're talking
shave right in the middle of the ring. And if he wins it, he becomes the new Southern Heavyweight title. We've got the title right here. This is on the line. It'll be a one-fall, 60-minute time limit bout. The belts are at stake, right? Referee Jerry Calhoun saying, hey, let's get it on, and I am for it. Oh, what a treat. I love it. I'm sorry that we have all the dissension and all that stuff, Dave, but not really.
But what a match, huh?
See these two guys against each other. Here we go.
Dundee using the fist, right hand, 3 out on Lawler off his feet. Dundee with a boot to the side of the head. I don't think you're going to see any finesse here. Maybe not too many pure wrestling moves. This one's just going to be a brawl.
Two of absolutely the gut-toughest guys I have ever seen anywhere in Dundee, proving it just knocked Lawler flat on his back. Jerry kicked out. And before it's over with, I can assure you, regardless of who wins, they will both be beat up. That is the history of the Lawler-Dundee confrontation. Look at Dundee slugging.
Some of the roughest battles in the history of the territory or history of professional wrestling, perhaps, have been against these two guys.
You are absolutely right, Dave.
Dundee around behind. He raked his fingers down across Lawler's back, grabs him across the throat. Lawler puts his head into the turnbuckle. Choke again by Dundee. Make no mistake, those are not open hands they're using either. Doubled up right fist. Pow.
Now the referee's saying keep your fist open. He can forget that one because there is no way. I have never seen these guys not just knock each other's block off. Look at Lawler go.
Ooh, boy, just dropped him in his tracks is what he did.
In case you just tuned in, let me tell you that Bill Dundee, and I don't think this is only an opinion of mine, Dundee came out just ruined for a fight today. He ended up, after a lot of comments of insulting Lawler, insulting the Fabulous Ones, he slugged Lawler, pushed the Fabulous Ones around, then came out here, tried to get Lawler into a title match right here on television, and he misses the flying press. Lawler goes under him. And he tried to get him in by putting his car up. Lawler said, I don't want that piece of junk. I wouldn't bother to even wrestle you for it. But then Dundee said, I'll put my hair in. A good move by Billy. Lawler was about to get disqualified on that pile driver, and Dundee converted it and popped Lawler over. So he said, I'll put my hair up and have it cut. And believe me, if he loses this match, he's going to live up to it right here and now, or he just won't get out of the wrestling business.
Ooh, count of two, but Lawler's boot on the rope there stopped it. Also, if Dundee wins, he gets that title, or the belt is on the line, the Southern Heavyweight Championship. Billy going after the referee. Lawler drops him off his feet, shoulders down, count of one.
Almost a very quick move that paid off for Jerry. But Billy popped the shoulders up. Bulldogged him. Oh, slammed that head right down into the mat.
Dundee with the fist, the boot, the fist.
I want to tell you, Dave, I don't care how much publicity any wrestling has. You could go to most of the arenas in the United States and never see a main event like this. We've got it right here today for you on Championship Wrestling. Dundee and Lawler for the Southern Heavyweight title. It is a hair match with Dundee's hair at stake.
A match that was not scheduled, but boy, that certainly doesn't lessen the desirability of it, let me tell you. Oh, strap comes down by Lawler.
Let me make the comment just saying that at some point, obviously, we're going to have to start putting our breaks in. We'll stay right here with it. We'll have all of it for you. Any important thing happens when we're away on a break, it'll be on tape. What's Dundee doing? He's got something out of his trunk. Mrs. Lawler.
Looked to me like a chain that he wrapped around his fist.
And raked him in the eye. He beat Lawler.
He got him.
Bill Dundee wins it. Dundee wins the Southern Heavyweight title. I still don't know. He grabbed him in the eye or something. It looked like he had
something wrapped around his fist and looked like he raked him across the eyes with it. It looked like a little chain of some sort.
Lawler has lost the Southern Heavyweight title right here. We're going to have to take time out and check. What a stunning situation. I was looking for a haircut today, and the King has dropped the Southern Heavyweight belt. He said the referee's gone, Jerry, to check on it right now. We're going to take time out. I don't know. We saw him get something. Woof. Why don't we take a break here, and let's take time out, and we'll be back and check with the referee. Jerry, we're going to check on it.
You can be the first to congratulate me. I'll hold this. Thank you very much. Now,
Yeah.
remember the big news? Remember the big news you was going to tell them all about? Well, I'm going to tell them.
That's a little later.
No, sir, Daddy, it's right now because it
I would rather you didn't.
No, sir. What's going to happen, folks, is Banana Nose wants to take all the credit to tell you, but I'm going to do it first. Ric Flair, the world's heavyweight champion, is coming to Memphis. That's right here, Daddy, on November the 18th, right?
That is correct.
And who's he going to wrestle, Lance Russell?
He is going to wrestle the Southern heavyweight champion.
And
Flair.
who is the Southern heavyweight champion? Yours truly, folks. If you tuned in late, Daddy, it's me, Jerry Lawler.
Dundee out here taunting about it. We were going to make that announcement in a little bit about Ric Flair being in here, being into Memphis, Tennessee on November the 18th with a world...
To wrestle me! He's coming to wrestle me, Russell!
Coming to wrestle the Southern heavyweight title, and right now
Let me tell you why.
Let me
Tell you something, Dundee. You little stinking, rotten, low-life shrimp. You used a chain and you know you did. You're no more the champion than that fat slob girlfriend of yours over there, Dundee. Now let me tell you something, boy. I gave you a title match. Now I want you to give me a rematch, brother, because I'll show you, if you'll let somebody check you before you go in the ring, that you couldn't beat me on your best day. Do you understand that, punk?
Okay, let me tell you something, Jerry Lawler. I don't have to defend this belt for 1 month, right? You know you've had it long enough, right? And this is the 19th, and a month from now is the 18th, so 2 days after the 18th, I won't just give you a title match. I'll give you the belt, because I'll be the world's champion.
Boy, he's a real brave one.
Give you the belt, Lawler.
He's going to deprive you of the opportunity at least to go against Flair when he comes in to Memphis on the 18th.
Oh, it's hard to be humble when you're as great as I am.
You're going to stand here in front of everybody on television? You're going to stand here in front of all of these people and admit that you don't have the guts to give me a rematch? Is that what it is? You don't have the guts? Is that it, Dundee? You've got this wonder?
No, I ain't going to stand, Lawler. I'm going to sit because I'm in no hurry. I got 30 days to wait, Jack, and so do you. But in a month from now, I'm going to be the world's champion, Lawler, and you can have this little belt back. Because I'm the best. Oh, it's hard to be humble when you're as great as I am. I can't wait till tomorrow, Lawler, because I can get up and look in the mirror. I get better looking every day.
Let me tell you something. I know the mistake I'm making, Lance. You see, Dundee's real happy right now. As far as he's concerned, he's sitting on the top of the world. When you're real happy, you don't want to give anybody matches. The only way you want to give somebody a match is just like I did a while ago. You got to be a little mad. Well, right now, Dundee, you're glad. But you just wait a few minutes, punk, because I'll make you mad enough to sign this match.
Just bring me your crown, boy. Just bring me your crown.
Okay, Bill. I think we
You can have your show back now, Banana Nose. Take it back.
Thank you very much. I think we get the idea. The idea is that you will not have the guts that Lawler had, knowing that Flair, and he knew that Flair was coming to Memphis to go against a Southern title holder on the 18th of November, and gave you a title shot right here today, and you've already admitted you're not going to give him one. Okay, Dave, we've got, well, we're delighted this. I'm sorry it comes right at this particular time with a situation, but we've been looking forward to having the Armstrongs in here.
We have indeed. Scott and Steve Armstrong in here right now. Here come their opponents. This is going to be one fall 15-minute time limit tag team match. Introducing at a total of 423 pounds. Out of Mississippi, over on the left of the screen, Jerry Garman and Benny Traylor. And here's Jerry Lawler before we finish the introduction, dear.
Before you guys start this match, let me say one thing here. I got a contract for a match for this week. Now, it's got my name already signed to the bottom of it, and all we need to do is put Dundee's right there, and then I'm going to get a rematch for my Southern heavyweight title back, right? But right now, he don't want to sign that, right?
No, he doesn't.
You know why, Lance? I just told you why. Because he's not mad right now. You got to make a man mad before he'll sign something. And I can remember, Lance, the maddest that I've ever been in my life was when I stood right here and I watched a jerk named Rick Rude out in that parking lot and bust up my Lincoln Continental. Well, let me tell you something, Dundee. You say you got a $25,000 sports car out there, boy? Well, I just happen to have a baseball bat right here, and I want you to get that camera ready. Holly, I want you to follow me over here, and we're going to see how bad Dundee wants us next.
We're trying to get some wrestling.
Dundee, I know you're listening back there. You say that car's worth $25,000. If you don't come out and sign this contract, when I get through with it, it won't be worth 25 cents.
Jerry, please. You don't have to resort to that. It will be taken care of. Come on, Jerry. Boy, he is heading for it right now. Lawler heading back out of the studio. Lawler outside. I hope you can see it. Yeah.
He ain't gonna do that.
Look at him. He's right here.
He ain't gonna do that, Lawler. He ain't gonna hit that.
He's telling you, Bill, he's telling you, you better sign that contract.
If you touch one bit of paint on that car, I'll sue you for everything you've got, Jack. I ain't signing it.
He's going to give you 10 if you don't sign the contract. I'm telling you, Bill, it happened to him. He's going to smash that car right down to the tires. There's count of 4. He's warned you. Count it. Hey, I know he's serious. Like a heart attack, man. He's at 6. He's at 7. He's going to tear it up. Hold it, Jerry. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
Don't do it, Lawler! Lawler, here, look, watch.
Right here on the right. He signed it. He signed it. He signed it right there.
Show him, get the camera.
No, Jerry. He's got it. It's here. I promise you. I ain't kidding you. He signed it. Come on, don't hit the car. It's signed right here, the return match. That's what you were looking for. He's got that ball bat in his hand. Well, you're going to have to do it in the ring. I'd get out of here because he's still got that ball bat now. Well, that's one way to get your way. Here it is, Jerry. He's got it. Signed, sealed, and delivered. That's what you were looking for. He signed it right there. It's done.
Now, let me tell you something, Dundee. I know you're listening, punk. You just saved yourself your car, but you just cost yourself a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship and my Southern Heavyweight belt, brother. Because when I get you in that ring this week, I promise you, I'm promising you and I'm promising all these people, when I get through with you, boy, not only will I have my belt back, but you won't ever want another match with me. I can guarantee you that, Dundee.
Let's take a break. We'll be back with some action in the ring. We almost had some flying glass out there.
Something very strange was going on. Jerry Lawler missed a couple of his bookings. Now, those who know Jerry Lawler know that Jerry Lawler does not miss bookings, but he missed a couple of them, and Lance went out to his house to kind of see what had happened, but when Lance got there, he certainly didn't find what he expected. Take a look at this.
Yeah, let me have the mic. And thank you. Okay, let's get on up here and see if we can find out where this son of a gun is. You know, I can't figure it out. I have called him and hadn't been able to get any kind of answer at all from him. Although, and it's not like him to be out of touch that much. I know he's hard to get a hold of and he's on the road. But the son of a gun has missed his bookings. I have never, in all the time I've known Jerry, have ever known him to miss any bookings. So let's get on up here and see. He's all decorated up for Halloween with the pumpkins out and all. Boy, what a day. Well, let me get... What in the Sam Hill is this? Beer cans?
I never saw... What in the hell are you doing, Jerry? Jerry, what in the Sam Hill are you doing out here? Come on, get up. Get up from here. You are going to catch your death of cold out of here. I'm warm out here. I'm warm with this. Hey, come on. Hey, Ken, you better turn the camera. Hey, turn the camera off. We don't want this in there. You got a camera? Yeah. Oh, leave the camera off. Jerry, come on. What? Get up from here now. What in the Sam Hill are you doing out here with all this drinking and carrying on? Sit down. Jerry, no, listen. Good night. This is awful. I have never seen you in a situation like this. I, Lance, have never drank nothing. Yeah, right. Nothing till 3 days ago. Come on, Jerry, you've been missing tokens. They want me to come out and find out what in the Sam Hill. Come on. I'll tell you what in the Sam Hill. Who is he? Come on, Jerry. Good night. You want to know why I'm here, Lance? Where am I? Please, yeah. Where? Oh, all right. I want to tell you why. Because I'm going to quit. I'm not wrestling anymore. You're not going to quit. I have already quit. You're just, come on now. Let's get in the house. I don't feel so good. I'll bet you don't feel so good. That garbage. But no, it's not this. I'll tell you why I don't feel so good. Is that on? Yeah. Is he taking a picture? Yeah, he's still shooting. I want to tell you why I quit. You don't want to know why? Yeah, why? Why, Jerry? You haven't. Go ahead. Tell me why. Because of Mr. Superstar Bill Dundee. Oh, you're not going to let that little guy get in your hair, are you? Like he won't. He won't give me. He wouldn't give me a title match. That's right. And he gets to wrestle the world champion. That's true. And I don't. And I told everybody that if I didn't win the world title, then I retire. So if I can't wrestle for it, I can't win it, so I'm going to retire, so I quit now. Hey, that costs a lot of money. Yeah, I know it. Okay, come on. Let's get in the house. Now, Jerry, you don't need any more of this. Now, come on. Things aren't that bad. I don't need any more Bill Dundee. I don't need any more wrestling. You're going to let Bill Dundee do this to you? Now, come on. Get yourself together. Let's get this all back together, man. You still got a chance. I, Lance, have got a chance to quit. And I do. Sit down here. Sit down here. No, I'm not. You get up with me. No, you sit down with me. Hey, Ken, turn it off. We don't want any more of this. Please, just turn the stuff off. Sit down with me. Jerry, come on. Now, get up and go in the house with me. Now, get out of here.
Well, you see the results there. It's Bill Dundee.
Hey, where's Lance Russell? Where is Lance Russell? He must have sat down with Lawler. The last thing we saw was Lawler say, sit down here, Lance. I guess he sat down because he ain't here, right?
He's just taking the day off.
That is a great... Hey, I want all you Memphisites out there, all you people all over the place, get on your telephone and call somebody, because I'm going to buy that tape, and I'm going to make you or somebody play it again. I'm going to buy the time, and I'm going to buy the tape, and I'm going to sit and laugh at you, Lawler. That is the greatest thing I have. To quote Jimmy Hart, this is the greatest day in my life. Jerry Lawler finally couldn't do it, Daddy. He said he used to win all the big ones. While I'm standing here, Jack, looking like $1 million, and you're adding some gutter somewhere, you and Lance Russell. Just like I said, folks, I'm going to buy the tape and play it again. Now, there's 2 other punks that's going to end up in the gutter, because their mentor, he ended up in the gutter. He put them all together. He says, little top hat, little fancy jacket, you're now the fabulous one, Stan Lane and Steve Curran. No, Jack, you're still Stan Lane and Steve Curran. Because Jackie Fargo says you're great, that don't mean nothing. They won't put the belts on the line, Dave Brown. They won't wrestle me and a partner I get. They won't put them on the line because they're cowards.
They've seen what's happened at championship matches.
Drunker than 4 o'clock, that's great. Well, they're cowards, brother. And if they ever get enough guts to sign it, they're going to end up in the gutter, too. Jerry Lawler, drunk, that's great.
Bill Dundee, very happy with himself, I tell you. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a moment. Hawaiian Flash. Now, Tojo and Jerry Jarrett were in a North American Tag title match in Kansas City, Missouri, and they lost the match, and as a result of all of that, you're Tojo's new partner, Hawaiian Flash.
Yeah, that's right. I was a little bit embarrassed. When you lose your hair in a match, you really would rather not let everybody laugh at you. But you know, some good came out of that, Dave, and I have a little proposition. I know that Bill Dundee's in the back watching. I want to explain what happened in that match and possibly why we lost it. As we got up to the arena, we drove up to the back door, and Tojo, we got our bags, and Tojo beat on the door, and some guard or custodian came, and he opened the steel door real quick, and he busted Tojo's toe, and that's going to the arena. As a consequence, Tojo was not able to wrestle in the match, and I had to wrestle the whole match, and our opponents had a combined weight of about 520 or 30 pounds, and during that match, I had to wrestle the whole time. Well, I lost the match, but when you wrestle for 45 minutes against two guys, it gave me a little new confidence. Now, Tojo and I have a match here to wrestle the Fabs, and Tojo's really not in any condition to
with that toe,
to wrestle in a championship match. Now, he can wrestle a match that's not a lot riding on it, but
when it's all on the line, you want to be at 100%.
That's right. And so what I wanted to do is offer this match to Bill Dundee and the Superstar, because I know how bad they want to wrestle the Fabs in a title match. Well, it's Bill Dundee and the Sheepherder, I understand now.
Yeah, the Sheepherder, right.
If Bill would come out here, I have a little proposition I'd like to offer him.
Okay, well, let's see if we can get him out. Yeah, and as you mentioned, Jerry had his head shaved in a match in Kansas City. Here he is. Didn't have to wait long for him.
Hey, Halloween's over. Lawler and Lance is laid in the gutter drunk. This little bald squint-eyed Jap standing here looking like Humpty Dumpty. And you, what happened to you, Chrome Dome? Now, give me a little proposal. What do you want, Dad? Because I kind of liked you, Jerry. I really did. You're not really a bad guy.
Well, I always had a lot of respect for you, too, Bill. And what it amounts to is Tojo and I, you don't keep up with the tag situation much. But,
oh, man, take a look at that monitor. You took a look. Tojo, why would you let him come out and make a fool of himself like this? He take it off. He go ahead.
Wait, no, Tojo, wait. Bill's not a bad guy. Tojo and I won.
Oh, I always liked you. I never thought much of this little slant eye, though.
Yeah, well, Tojo and I won a shot at the Southern Tag title. You remember when we beat Bota and Boba? All right. I'm willing to trade you this tag title match. If you would give me, the Hawaiian Flash here, a shot at your Southern. Now, wait, Bill, wait. I realize...
You want to wrestle me for this belt?
Yeah, well,
Jerry Jarrett wants to wrestle Bill Superstar Dundee for this belt in a title match.
Well, I know that I'm not a Jerry Lawler, and I know I'm not a Steve Kern, and I know I'm not a Stan Lane. And you won't give them a match. But I did...
Oh, I will, right after I beat the world's champion.
Well, but you see, Tojo is not able to wrestle as my partner for the tag title, and I did real good against these guys by myself.
I can see that.
Well, no, I lost the match. But don't you want to wrestle the Fabs?
So what you're really saying? Let me get this clear. What you're saying? If I sign a single match for you, the Hawaiian Flash or Jerry Jarrett, whatever, you'll sign over the title match to me and Rip Morgan. That's what you're saying.
That's right. That's right.
Against the Fabs.
I'll trade you against the Fabs, and this coming week, instead of y'all just having to wrestle them in a match, you get your wish and you get a tag title match, and then that night after that match, I'll go back in the ring. And
No. You want it back to back. You want me to go out and wrestle with Rip Morgan. No, I'm not taking nothing off Stan and Steve. They're fair wrestlers, and I'd be a little tired after I whooped them. And you want me to come right back and wrestle you?
But.
Hell yeah, give me the pen, The more I think about it, the easier it is.
Yeah.
Where did we sign, Jack?
I've signed here.
Hey, don't come creeping up on me, boy.
I've signed here at the Hawaiian Flash, and if you'll sign right there.
There it is, both signatures.
So that's this one, right?
If you'll sign here on that's Stan and Steve have already signed this, and if
so this gives Dundee and the Sheepherder, right?
It's for the tag title.
So I'll have 3 belts after this match is over. I really did like you, Jerry. You're not such a bad fellow.
You're all right. Matches are signed. All right, thank you, Hawaiian Flash and Tojo Yamamoto. That's it, and the matches are signed. We'll take a break. We'll be back with you in a moment. Here comes Tojo Yamamoto and the Hawaiian Flash, and joining us over here at the desk, Jerry, have a seat, is Jerry Jarrett. Jerry, you have an amazing similarity to the Hawaiian Flash, but you can't be because he's in the ring.
You talk about being wrong, Donnie. No way, Jack. That's Jerry Lawler. You think I'm stupid? You talk about a sting operation. You talk about being shafted. The whole stinking promotion's behind it. And I ain't going for it, Jarrett. And you're the worst. I'll beat you in the
Dundee. Jarrett and Dundee going at each other. Down here, the Hawaiian Flash. Tojo, the Invader, all of them over here behind the desk. Taurus Bulba, Tojo going at it. Dundee and Jarrett. Oh, look out. The Flash. The Hawaiian Flash working on Bill Dundee. Dundee's head slammed into the desk. That's Jerry Jarrett and Taurus Bulba. Dundee falls over the bell. Tojo kicking on the Invader down here on the floor. Dundee and the masked Hawaiian Flash just slugging it out over here. We got a free-for-all going. Never even got to do the introductions for the match, much less get it underway. We'll try to get it sorted out and see if we can get them back up there. Oh, the Invader going to double flip over the desk. Meanwhile, now Taurus Bulba, victim of the right hand, in the ring, Jerry Jarrett, Bill Dundee, superstar Bill Dundee, Jerry Jarrett, and here comes the Hawaiian Flash in there. Over the back goes Dundee. Hawaiian Flash using the right hand. Jonathan Boyd, Rip Morgan, the Sheep Herders jump into the action up there. We got about 8 of them out here going. Referee Jerry Calhoun doing his best to restore order, but not having much luck. Hawaiian Flash being double-teamed by the Sheep Herders over in the corner. Now Jonathan Boyd goes after Jerry Jarrett. Bill Dundee wades back into the action against the Hawaiian Flash under the mask. Pick up Stan and Steve, the fabulous one. A free-for-all underway. 10 or 12 of them, and now a chair in the ring. Steve Kern hammering Rip Morgan with a chair. There goes the Sheep Herders. There goes Bill Dundee. Taurus Bulba with a boot to the back of Jerry Jarrett on his way out. Oh, Tojo Yamamoto has just smashed the Invader with a wooden shoe across the back. Rip Morgan stumbling toward the table. Steve Kern still has that chair, looking for a Sheep Herder with it. Battle continues on the floor. It all continues. Bill Dundee. It started when Bill Dundee was upset.
Here he is, right here. Jerry the King Lawler, who has got And we've seen a lot of memorable matches, but I got to tell you, he's got one coming up Monday night down at the Mid-South Coliseum. I just can't hardly believe that. First, congratulations on getting the belt right back around your waist, Jerry.
Well, thank you, Lance. I wanted to talk a little bit before we talk about this Monday. I'd like to talk for just a minute about last Monday. You know, I came out here and I told the people what I was going to do. I told them I wasn't going to let anybody down, and this right here is proof of the fact that I didn't, brother. The only person that went down was Bill Dundee, and he is minus the Southern Heavyweight Championship. Thank you very much.
And Paula is not minus her hair, and she is very appreciative of that.
You better believe it. I am too. I can guarantee you that. Now, we come to this week. You know, Dundee, immediately, he's begging for rematches. He went to Eddie Marlin. Right away, he said, I don't care any stipulation. I don't care what it is. You get Lawler to put that Southern title back on the line next week. So Eddie Marlin calls me and says, Dundee wants a rematch right away. I said, hey, how about letting him wait a while like he made me do? How about putting him at the bottom of the ladder? And he said, well, he'll go for any stipulation. And the first thing that came to my mind was, just exactly as I've done with Dundee in the past, I told Eddie Marlin, I said, how about a loser-leave town match between Dundee and I? Because I've said before, I don't want to come out here and have to wrestle Dundee week in and week out in a long series of matches. You know, he's been gone for 2 years. He's come back. He's wreaked havoc. And I think he's been here long enough already. And I said, let's get rid of him.
All right.
But then, I think that I came up, you ever see how a little light bulb appears over somebody's head when they get a good idea? Well, I looked up and there was a light bulb because I thought I had a brilliant idea. I said, wait a minute, Eddie, before you approach him with that stipulation, I don't want a loser-leave town match. At least I don't want that to be his end of the stipulation. You tell him that the only way he's going to get another shot at this belt is the same treatment that he gave to me. Not only does his hair have to be at stake, but he can go home, tell his wife that she's going to have to come down and put her hair at stake too, brother. That's the only way that the match is signed. And I want to tell you that I still am amazed that Dundee signed the contract. Now, it's some heavy stipulations on both sides, Lance. I realize that should I lose this match, it's a loser-leave town match for me.
For you.
Not only would I lose the belt, but I wouldn't be able to wrestle here anymore. And it's not, also Eddie Marlin said there'd be no coming back under a mask or anything like that if you lose. I said, Eddie, I'm not even thinking about losing, brother. I was born and raised right here in Memphis, Tennessee. This is my home, the whole southern area, and I don't plan on going anywhere. I can assure you of that. I'm going to keep this belt, and Bill Dundee, you are going to step into that ring, you and your wife, and brother, they are going to put some clippers to their head, and it is not going to be just a haircut. They are going to shave them both bald if he loses, Lance. I mean completely bald-headed. Not a haircut, but shaved heads. Now, Dundee, I want you to think back, and I want the people to think about this because, you know, I sat down, and this is something that really played on my mind. I couldn't believe once before Dundee sat in the middle of the ring, and they shaved his head. And he had to go home, and he had to face his wife. And he had to look her in the eye, and he had to admit to her, and she had to admit that he was only number 2, that he was not the best man in that ring. And somehow, he convinced her to then put her hair at stake. He told her, he said, baby, I can do it. I know I can do it the second time. Please come down there and put your hair at stake. I know I got my head shaved now. I know I look like an idiot. I know I'm bald as an onion. But put your hair at stake, and I'll come through. I'll win it for you. But you know what happened, Lance?
Yeah.
Bill Dundee knows what happened, and all the people know what happened. She came down, and I beat him again, and they put the clippers to her hair, and they both went home bald-headed about 4 or 5 years ago. And Dundee, I don't know how she stayed with you then, brother. Because every morning for about 6 months you had to wake up and you had to stare at each other looking like 2 cue balls. Well, I can assure you of this. It's going to happen again, brother, when you get in that ring with me. I'm going to beat you. They're going to shave both your heads. And I don't know, and I don't think you know if she can handle that twice, brother. So you're going to find out, I can guarantee you, when you get in the ring and go for this belt. Because, Dundee, you're coming out, and your wife is coming out bald-headed, Lance.
Okay, Jerry, that's it, boy. What a heavy situation. When they meet, it's going to be there must be a winner. No time, no disqualification. There must be a winner. You are going to see it happen. Loser leave town for Lawler. Bill and Beverly Dundee's hair at stake when they get in that ring facing each other.
Rough and double Aussie, Bill Superstar Dundee, who is coming up in one that we talked.
You know something? I can't wait till tomorrow. You know why? Because I get better looking every day.
Modesty is certainly not one of those things that overrides Bill's personality. That's for a fact. Bill, you and Beverly are going to have your hair up at stake when you climb in that ring with Jerry the King Lawler against the fact that he's going to have to leave town. No time, no disqualification, no stopping the match. There must be a winner. It's going to happen, friend. And your wife, Beverly, if you will hold up just a moment, had some words to say about it. Let's take a listen and see what she's got to say.
Jerry and Paula Lawler, I have a little message for you. The other night when Bill came home and asked me if I would put my hair up in a loser leave town match, which I've done once before, I had to think about it for a little while. But then I got to thinking about it and I thought, boy, sweet revenge at last. Now, Paula Lawler, I want to see if you can do what I did, because I'm a hell of a woman. I traveled all over this country living in motels out of suitcases. I lived in the swamps of Louisiana. I did the whole deal. Let's see what you can do. If I thought for 1 minute that Bill would lose this match, I would never go for this. But I have utmost confidence in my very pretty husband and my masculine husband that he can do this. He can beat you, Jerry Lawler. He's beat you many times before. This time, he's really going to beat you. And you're going to be gone. You're going to be trooping through all the swamps, etc. So I'll see you, Mr. and Mrs. Lawler, at ringside.
Well, that's about the story of it.
What is that, a classy woman?
Well, she's got her hair up at stake along with yours.
That's right. Now, let me tell all you rednecks something. This ain't just a wrestling match. This goes back to 1975, Daddy, when Bill Superstar came here. And Jerry Lawler wasn't even here. He was off in Florida somewhere. George Barnes and I came in here, tamed this whole area, and then somebody says, bring Jerry Lawler back. The two Aussies just beat everybody up. So back comes Lawler, puts that stupid crown on his head, and he struts out and says, here I am, folks, the king of the South. Wrong, Daddy. That burdened me up then, and it burdens me up now. Okay, you're right, Lawler, and I'm taking nothing off you, Daddy. You're as bad as they are. You just showed a tape, and you whooped every sucker that's working in New York today. You beat everybody that is wrestling in New York City today, from Hulk Hogan to Jimmy Hart. You whooped them all, Lawler, and that's right. Beverly Dundee sat right there in the middle of the ring, and that barber shaved her head. And the week before that, I sat there and you shaved my head, Daddy. Well, I'm going to tell you something, Lawler. That burned me up from that day on, and I've dreamt about this day. I've dreamt about running you out of town, Lawler, and by God, the Dundees are going to do it. Because I don't like you, and I don't like you, and I hope Paula comes down there and she climbs up into that ring, because she'll beat her brains out. I don't like you, Lawler. I don't like nothing you stand for. You're looking at the new king of the South, Daddy. And all you rednecks may not like it. But by God, as sure as my name is Bill Dundee, I'm going to beat you, Lawler. I may be bleeding. I may be doing anything. But I'm going to get the last 1, 2, 3, and you're gone, Lawler.
Well, that's what it's all about. If Dundee can do what he says, it's all over with for Lawler. He'll be leaving. But on the other hand, if Lawler comes out victorious, a ball, Bill and Beverly Dundee. Going to be a classic match. We're going to be back with more action in a moment.
See, when he comes into the ring, Jerry's mind is not fully on the match and Bill Dundee exclusively. Take a look. just about as we expected. It is just as brutal. Dundee has started right out. Lawler's eye is patched due to an incident that took place in a match preceding this with Mantell. Down goes the referee, Jerry Calhoun. Lawler had a vial of something thrown right in his eye. Dundee over to cover. The referee wasn't there. Now he is. Lawler trying to find a rope kick for it, but couldn't. He kicks out at the count of 1. Dundee's hair, his wife's hair, Beverly, she's down at ringside, against Lawler leaving town if he should lose it. Dundee baiting Lawler. Boy, a whale of a crowd on hand for this match, Randy.
Lance, super crowd here at the Mid-South Coliseum. One of the most important matches I've ever seen, and it's absolutely terrible, Lance. I hate to be biased, but it's absolutely terrible what happened to Lawler earlier.
Yeah, and it's such an important situation, and of course you got to believe that Dundee had something to do with it. He gets a 2 count, but he can't hold him for 3. Lawler having a hard time getting an eye on him as he has one eye completely bandaged. Dundee swinging at him, nails him. Lawler missing, takes the right hand. His perception off, and Dundee not making it any easier. No time limit, no disqualification. There must be a winner. We have 2 sets of clippers down at ringside, one for Beverly and one for Bill in the event Dundee loses it. Dundee dives in with a double leg, puts Lawler down on the mat, clubs him with that right hand. 3 minutes into the action, and it's been all Dundee. Referee trying to pull his hand off. Remember, it's a no disqualification match. Lawler with that one eye taped and bandaged is blinded. Count of 1, count of 2. Lawler out of it. I know Dundee didn't believe he was going to get the match that easy. Lawler, a double tough trooper, and much, much too much at stake. What a lousy break to have happen. It was no accident, I'm sure of that. Dundee flicking that right hand out there. Put a foot in the face, and Lawler's over backward. Kicks out at 2 along ringside. Coco Ware, the fantastic Billy Travis, Tracy Smothers, Tojo Yamamoto, Tom Branch, the spoiler, Tony Falk, Steve Borden, Jim Helwig, the Blade Runners, Pat Rose, and Dundee really working on Lawler.
We're going to be back with more action coming up in just a moment.
Go get him, she says. He drops with that right hand. Lawler rolling around the ring. Dundee grabs the hair of Lawler, which, though not legal, it's a no disqualification match. Slams his head into the top turnbuckle. Dundee hiding down beside him on his bad eye side, and then rips him with a right. Calhoun checking the eye. Boy, I'll tell you what. He'll take a long time before he thinks about, not the foot's on the rope, before he ever thinks about stopping this one. On either side of the fence. There is no stopping of the match. Let me put it that way. He may want to, but that's one of the stipulations. Dundee off the rope, slams down on Lawler. Dundee wheels the referee out of the way. It has been, in the first 6.5 minutes, has been all Bill Dundee. Dundee biting him now. Bill Dundee picks Lawler up by the hair and tags him again. Lawler down on his knees. Crowd trying to cheer him on. Billy just ripping him with lefts and rights. Lawler scoring with his first big one. Dundee butts him over backwards, slams him to the floor. Getting a little encouragement from his wife, Beverly. Dundee climbs back up the turnbuckles from the outside, from the top rope. Coming down, nails Lawler with both hands. Count of 2, and that's the best that Lawler can, or rather that Dundee can get on Lawler. Bill Dundee popping that right hand at Lawler. And Jerry in trouble. Boy, that's putting it mildly, and what an important match. But don't count him out yet. Dundee just teeing off. Lawler staggering. Dundee with a big right hand off the rope. We're going to be back with more action coming up in just a moment. Qualification match. Billy hammered into it. Slid right down the table and off of it. He's got a 10 count to answer. Dundee is on his feet, staggering. And he breaks the count by getting back in that ring. Dundee tells his wife, come on, let's go. Lawler going after him, grabs him. Him down the aisle. He's trying to bring Dundee back. Back up in the stands. The referee chasing him. Dundee after Lawler. Over that side rail, down onto the concrete. Incredible. is pulling the referee, bringing him back.
His eyes all cut up. They just stopped him up.
Boy, well, they can't stop it, Coco. Dundee is bringing the referee back. He's going to make the referee count. Dundee sinks to the floor. And the referee starts the 10 count. Here comes Lawler back to the ring. He rolls to the apron. And Dundee kicks him back out on the floor. But he's about run out of it. Slams Jerry's head down on the table. Unbelievable. Either one of them still moving, particularly Lawler. Having gone over that rail, he was 8-9 feet in the air. Dundee drilled him with a right. Lawler staggering. And Dundee slams him into the ring post. Billy hops back in the ring. Lawler trying to pull himself up into the ring. He makes it back before the count. Beverly Dundee up on her feet. She, as I said, was about to go into hysterics. Look at Lawler. He's saying, is that the best you can do? Come on, hit me. Dundee teeing off on him. Lawler pops that strap down. Nails Dundee with a right. On the deck goes Dundee, and Lawler falls down at the exertion of that tremendous right hand. Incredible scrap. This is war at its worst. These guys are absolutely attempting to annihilate each other. 21 minutes, almost 22 minutes gone. Lawler pounding away on Dundee. Lawler, with everything he had left, nails Dundee. Beverly's over there saying, come on, Billy, come on, Billy. Tony Falk was up there by him. Dundee threw something at him. 1, 2, 3, and Lawler has lost it. Minutes, 42 seconds. The winner, Bill Dundee, the new Southern champion.